Hey everyone, Lensman Oz here. This is Regrowth episode 24. Today, I'm going to start some mechanism. You can see I'm running my boiler at the moment. I'm trying to just like chew through as much power as I can. I've just put like pretty much a stack of redstone in to get chipsets. I've got fuel processing. I've got all sorts of stuff running so that I maximise when I'm using the boiler. Probably not doing the best that I could, but you know what, why not? So I've made a few bits and pieces. I've been making some of these circuit boards. I've made some titanium plates, which is a pain in the backside. Honestly, it's a block of titanium. I think I've done this before, but on here, and then you literally just mash the left click button to eventually, I don't know how many it is, 50 odd probably, just mash it. Ooh, come on. It's a little annoying. There we go. So those engines don't sound too healthy. This thing will work if you put liquid experience in the bottom of it. So I did have this set up working, melting down experience. It's now run out of fuel, but it's very slow. You know what? I don't like running it like this. I really don't. You see just how much power we're feeding through here. I might turn. Let's just try. Because it's going to produce too much steam, but hopefully these things won't have as much energy in them. Just not sure if these things will explode. Anyway, if they explode, oh well, kaboom. Right, so I was going to do the next quest, which is the Metallurgic Infuser, which will help us in making steel a little bit. Metallurgic, obviously this uses power. There it is. So I want steel casing. I'm probably going to require a few of these, so I'm going to grab 2 for the moment. And then this, I need a couple of chipsets. I think I've got everything I need. Fingers crossed. Okay, so that's the Metallurgic Infuser. At the moment, as you can see, we're having the. I'm going to go and break this off again. Get off. Put that in there. Swim out. I should put some sort of gate on it with a redstone source so I can just turn it on and off. Let's go and put the Metallurgic Infuser down. That looks like a good spot. That should draw some power up. These things are still going a little bit mental. That is so close to running out of oil that it's not pumping anymore. Just what I wanted to see. Have another one. It's actually empty. It just was, I guess, a graphical bug there. So, Metallurgic Infuser. Next step. Let's hand that in if I've got room. I'm going to get some steel and some titanium. The next thing it wants us to do is make this, which is cool because I think we're going to need it. Some sort of basic storage. So we're going to need some sheets of aluminium. We're going to need an energy tablet, some basic control circuits. So basic control circuits you can see here. That's why I was making the circuit boards. It needs enriched iron. Enriched iron is wrought iron and charcoal, or coal, in the Metallurgic Infuser. I've got one on me. And you know what? Thanks. I'm not sure if that's enough. Probably not. It's probably 20. Just why it's asking for. It's more than that. How much do you need? How much coal do I have? Not a lot. I'll grab another stack. 3. Okay, so it's 30. Oh, what chunk I've got. Go away. Okay, so that's enriched iron. So that's requiring the wrought iron. There is a way of making wrought iron with this. Quick look here. And that's using charcoal and iron dust. So we can't get iron dust yet unless I fire up a grindstone. So yeah, that's to be done, I guess. Iron dust, or mechanism iron dust, which obviously is enrichment chamber. So one of the next steps, I guess, is making the enrichment chamber, and then getting into making, what we got? Energized smelter crusher and enrichment chamber. So these are all going to require those. We've got quartz and iron. So a bunch of this. So I'm going to have to make a heap of enriched iron, which means I'm going to need a ton more wrought iron. Here's some I prepared earlier. So I'll take that. And I figure, you know what? It's probably relevant. I'll just see how much that gets us. It's not going to be all of it, obviously, but it'll get us a bit. So next quest is obviously making a few more of these. What's this one? Configurator. So we need steel casing, 2 osmium, energy tablet, whoa. Enriched alloy, which is redstone and iron. Iron chipsets. So while we've got power running, might as well get some iron chipsets going. There's some iron. Let's grab some redstone. Oops. You can see I've been making some changes to the wall of items. 12. Alright. I'll use some more power. It's probably almost out of coal again. It's chewing it up quite nicely, so let's turn another set on. So that'll give us a bit of enriched iron. Right. I have done a couple of other quests in between episodes. Basic control circuits, 2 redstone, 2 osmium. Let's see if we can make a couple of these. Not that one. Not that basic thing. That one. Alright. You know what? I'm going to make all of them. I know they're going to come in handy. Let's see here. 2, I need the iron chip set. 2 there, we're going to need some steel plates. Okay. Got a bunch of stuff we need to get organised. Let me guess, no more iron in here. Let's just start pouring that. Hopefully it'll melt some at the same time. Made up a ton of bronze, and you can see I've got tin in my inventory. Okay, anyway. I got bronze, so I was going to make some more of the bee machines. How are you going? Made any yet? No. Because everything else is drawing the power before you get to it. Yeah, this thing's running out of power. Alright. Ah! Delayed reaction on the paint, I guess. Okay, I'm going to, I'll put a cut in here. Actually, before I do, let's quickly hand in the other couple of items that I've got and give you a brief rundown of what I've managed to do in between. So the other quests that I've got one in the way the world works. I made terrestrial. So I made the terrestrial agglomeration plate and I set it up here. So that's just the 5 living rocks, so that underneath there's a living rock. Made a couple of sparks, just so we can transfer the mana from this pool over to there, and honestly I drained half a pool of mana making 1 terrasteel ingot. So that'll give me 2 more as a reward. They will come in handy. Next quest that I did is down here in the encoding of the world. I made a acclimatizer, which I said I was going to do on the previous episode. So that's reinforced casing, a couple of circuit boards. Sorry, I heard something. It's probably things about to detonate. No, mullet. Yep, so fairly simple. Made that. It's sitting in here. And then, as I said, I started making the bits and pieces up to do a couple of these machines here. So, yep, I'll hand that one in. That'll give us another way to use power. Have some silky combs. Right. So, we'll continue working on this in a few minutes once I get the parts, but just quickly down here, started setting up some of the automation, and you could see by the wall of stuff up there, I'm turning the essence directly into the item that it uses. So this is just an auto workbench. It will, underneath each of these, I've put a hopper upgrade. So this is working well. It pumps out, pumps over and in. Same with, I've got iron, I've got coal, I've got tin. They're all set up. I haven't done earth because it uses multiple things. Copper is set up, and this is how I'm going to do some of the other ones that have multiple outputs. So this is just hoppered from there into a chest, and on the chest I'm going to put, in this case, this is the skeleton essence. I'll put a recipe in there, and this thing will actually craft. If any of you remember Zycraft from a fair few versions ago, this is very similar. It will actually use attached inventories to pull its items from. So this has pulled the essence of skeleton from this chest and made bones with it. So I'll be able to pump the bones out and into the system. And also, obviously, this can make a couple of other items, one of which is arrows and another which is skulls. So that's probably all I'm going to make with that. So I'll just put the 3 of them around it and then pump those items out into drawers. So it's working quite well. I've got, as I said, I've got a few things set up. Redstone, ender pearls. I haven't done diamonds or anything yet. But just as an example, really quick show. So if I go over here and do this, let it collect everything up, and then we duck downstairs and have a look. We should start seeing items. You see it flowing down. There we go. Items starting to come out. Nice and simple. Probably creates a ton of lag, but I mean, so far we're doing okay. 30 FPS. The other thing I've done is, this is version 1 of the pack. I updated to the latest version, added back in map the journey map, and I've added fast craft because I was having some issues. So added fast craft to enable me to actually play the game. Yes, it was that bad. It was very, very laggy. Fastcraft has helped. Doing alright here. Getting a few iron chipsets. So as I said, I'm going to cut here. I'm going to make up the next item and grab a few more bits and pieces, and I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, so I'm back. Had a bit of dinner in between recording sessions, but we'll get in there. Okay, so I needed one of these, like so, and that will give us our energy cube, which is cool. So we'll be able to store some of this energy, and that was this quest, which will give us 8 basic circuit control circuits and another energy tablet, and I won't have enough room in my inventory to do that. Just finished the Certus Quartz seeds. They are now in the farm. They are now 10. They're all the way over the back there. So I'll be hooking them up to the system as well. Let's see. Should be able to hand that in now. What's the next one? The next one is to do an ultimate. Really? Straight to an ultimate. Yeah. I'm going to get an ultimate if I make an ultimate. Despite what NEI says, each tier cell requires a previous tier cell to be crafted. Okay, so if I want to make an ultimate, that's a basic. I'm going to need to make the advanced. That I think is out of my reach at the moment. Actually, it's not too bad. It's just a bunch of crafting. So we'll do that another day, I think. I'm going to go on... Let's go and put this in. What I want to do is probably break it like here. So I put gates on each of these so that they'll only output when it's requesting power. So if I do that... Whoa! Side config eject is down. No? No, that's not working. Eject is on. Oh, I'll probably need to put a wooden one there, so I'll have to move this in a second. Haha, it's not quite right. I need to move it up one. So let's pick him up. Steam engines will turn off. And let's put him here instead. Same deal though. Eject will be down, and then I just need to get just a wooden kinesis pipe for now. This should do the job. I go boink. Awesome. So that should output the power, but the cool thing here is obviously when things down here aren't requesting, that's full again. When they're not requesting power, this should stop outputting, but we get a good backlog here. That's out of coal again. Goodness me. I will need to obviously make this a tad better than what we've got here. This is all temporary. Eventually it'll be, we'll move it over that area over the back there. Set it up correctly once we get some better power cables. So maybe once we get into the universal cables, which I guess isn't all that hard to make, is it? Got some steel and some redstone. Let's make a couple of them and just see if they... What do they transfer? 1 point... It's 1000 RF. Okay. Let's see. Let's break this. No room in the inventory. Pop. Yes, the only downside here is you can't see it. Not sure if I can disable certain. I probably need to use a configurator to do it. So that is actually the next item to make. So I've got all this stuff in my inventory. I need another one of these. And then we can make a configurator. Like so. Which is another quest. So that should give us another hand in. Yep. And that's going to give us some basic universal cables. This is going to require power, isn't it? Yep. So the cool thing there is we can throw this in here. Charge him up. Whoa, it holds a lot of power. We've got 700,000 RF in there. Is that right? This thing holds 24. So can I take this and... Oh yeah, cool. Excellent. This doesn't need 2 connections on it. Yeah, awesome. So there we go. That's now shut off because this is full and nothing else is requiring power at the moment. So we're good. So I will continue with these cables here and there to get them onto the other machines. So probably this is trying to generate. It has nowhere to go now. Need to change the pipework down there, but that's okay. We can do that in between episodes. This is all set up. We have a nice backlog of power. It will output on the bottom when is required. So if I was to go and make something, it would then kick off again. But yeah, I'm probably wasting a bit of coal in the boiler. I'm not that worried at the moment. Okay, so next quest in the line. So you know what? You know what we need? It's one of them. And I've had that sort of set up for... Actually, let's put it in there. Let's put that over here. I've had that sort of set up for a little while now. Ready to craft. All I need is literally another 2 leather. So I'm going to do that. Really quickly. Breed some cows up. And then murderize them. Alright. So, you... Oh, cool, got 2. Excellent. Over here in this crafting table, I've had for a while the knapsack ready to go. So let's put that on. And then let's put some tools away. Because honestly, I might keep that out. Honestly, my inventory is ridiculous. That'll do for now. Okay, let's make these other machines. One other thing I did do was I got a little bit further in that quest with the diving, this one. I went down and I got this stuff, and I did that by using the potion. So we've got the breathing pedal and night vision. I think that's it. So I used both of them, made the ultimate 25-minute potions, which was just water bottle, one of them, and then an extreme essence, and went swimming out in the ocean there and collected some of the the heat sand and some pearls and some oysters. You can see some of this stuff in here. And I made up the empty bottles that I'm going to require. But I don't have the air pump and I haven't been able to find the gas. So the next quest in there is to get a bottle of natural gas. And I couldn't find any of the small bubbles escaping from the floor. So I will continue with that in the next episode, trying to find what I require for that quest. Okay, so next quest in that mechanism line is these ones. So to make the energized smeltery, we're going to need some steel casings, glass, some osmium, some steel plates. Okay, so we've got, I put the work table down to put a couple of the recipes in. What were we making? Smelter, crusher, 2 steel plates and an iron chipset. So steel plates are in the inventory, iron chipset, so that's so far. Need some osmium. There's 2 in there. How much more? Trying to melt some down. I've got some more osmium in there ready to go. It's just not enough room in the actual in the smeltery. So we'll get rid of some of this. I'll get some of the tin out of there as well. Just so we can get some more osmium. Okay, so let's see if we can start getting the smelter underway. So we want 2 of them. Need a piece of glass. Each of these requires different items at the top, but I made 3 of these steel casings, so I left the recipe in here. 3 of them. So that should give me the energized smelter. The next one we require is the crusher, so that'll be a lava bucket. So let's get the osmium. That's 6. It's better than nothing. Lava bucket. Just gonna pull it out of that tank. And let's do that. We're just waiting on the osmium now. Come on. Let's go. Excellent. Crusher. And what's the last one? Quartz chipset. Okay. How do I make the quartz chipset? Now the quartz. Okay. Easy enough. So let's get nether quartz. Make a quartz chipset. That's going to take a couple of minutes. It requires 360,000 RF, which we've got. Just going to take a minute to do up. So we're getting fairly well along with this. You know what we should do? Spray that one. I know this is pretty ugly. But what do you do? Turn that off. We got the crusher. Smelter last. This will give us basic ore doubling, I believe. We've now got a smelter and a crusher, which means I think I might be able to just quickly not sure if this will work. Will you crush a diamond? Yes, you will. So one of the next quests requires osmium seeds and some diamond dust. Is that enough? Guess not. Really not sure how much it requires. Might grab a couple more just in case. How's this going? Almost done. I mean, if I had the enrichment one, it would have been easier. So, speaking of the enrichment one, Enrichment Chamber, that will be the quest. Ready to hand in. Let's see here. Yay! Some more steel casings and some more control sections. Whoa, we've opened a lot of stuff up. Is that enough? Is that enough? 2. No. You know what? Enrichment chamber. One of them in there. This is probably going to waste some diamond. Wow. One of them. In you go. We'll find out exactly how much. There's 100 in there at the moment. We'll find out exactly how much it actually needed. Knowing my luck, it was one more, but still. 1 diamond's better than... No, required 100. So we have IMAG seeds, image, which is... This is Academy Craft. So I'm not sure whether you can level these up. And last time I opened this, it crashed my game, but so this is all Academy Craft. And this has got some pretty nifty stuff that we can augment ourselves with. So we'll follow the quest book in regards to that because I've never used that one. That should be quite cool. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to work on these other quests here in between episodes. So we've got biogenerator and making up the thermal evaporation plant, so we can do 5 times. Pretty sure that's 5 times ore processing. And what else we got? Electrolytic separator. So there's a bunch of stuff we need to work through in the mechanism line. We'll work on these things, and hopefully in the next episode we'll be able to rearrange our base a little bit and get some better power generation than what we've got in the low pressure boiler tank here. So thank you all for watching. Please leave your comments in the section below. Tell me about this setup and what's the most efficient way that that I can move this and make power in this pack. Is the boiler the better one? Is what I'm going to start getting into with mechanism and bio generators and stuff going to be the way to go, seeing as we've got all these farms? Yeah, let me know, because I mean we can always route items over there to be turned into some sort of power source. Alright, thank you for watching. Catch you in the next episode.